Casey. I am the senior editor of Nerdist.com. I host a weekly show called The Dan Cave. Thank you. But more importantly, I'm like you. I love Power Rangers. When you say it's an accurate description of yourself, you enjoy Power Rangers, you love Power Rangers. See, I'm repping my absolute favorites right now, Mighty Morphin. I remember back in 1993, I had to have those action figures, and I never looked back. And now, 23 years later, Power Rangers is still on the air, and that is one of the coolest things I can think of. And now, I'm very excited to hang out here today with you all, and I'm also very excited because we're going to be bringing out the cast of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Yes, who you should. Before that, though, we have a few epic surprises coming your way, so let's kick things off with a never-before-seen look at the season.
Ready to be here, you are the Red Ranger. Congratulations!
You guys are powerful!
Are you serious?
Sit overhead with some head income.
6%.
Perfect. You're gonna do great. Wait.
If you want to see an extended version of that blooper reel, head to Power Rangers YouTube channel after this. That's youtube.com/Power Rangers. Now, guys, enough of just me sitting up here by myself. It's kind of lonely up here. So let's get the scoop on some of those moments. If you're ready, let's power up. Please join me in welcoming the cast of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Give it up for Yoshi. You will know it's Korea, the Blue Ranger. Make some noise for Camille Hyde, Shelby on Pink Ranger. Next up, we have Brennan Mejia Tyler, the Red Ranger. And guys, where's my round of applause for Michael Tabor, a.k.a. Riley, the Green Ranger? Now let's keep it going for James Davies, a.k.a. Chase, the Black Ranger. Next up, please give it up for Claire Blackwelder, Kendall, our Purple Ranger. But certainly not least, give it up for Tommy Santos, the Gold Ranger, Ivan!
Hi everyone, my name's Coda. I was born on Mammoth Hunt. What's up everybody?
Rangers, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm super excited. Let's get into it. To start with, let's talk about that video we just saw. So what was it like when you had to come in and go on camera and open up that mystery box and you found a special message inside? What was going through your mind at that exact moment?
Well, I think everyone could tell what I was thinking. I just lost my mind.
For sure, a lot of it was fear because we were we're given those scripts like right then and there. They're like, just read it. We're like, oh, we haven't had time to prepare.
Yeah,
do I do it like Coda way, or do I do it like a normal person?
And so if any of you guys like know about like the casting process, it's very long, it's very extensive. That was probably like the 9th or 10th time that we've gone in, no exaggeration. So we had already done our screen test at that point, and a month goes by. I'm literally texting my mom every day. I'm like, I haven't heard anything, Mom. I don't think I got it. And then
Do you mind?
a month later, my manager calls me. He's like, they want to see you one more time. I'm like, really? I thought I had proved myself by now. And so I go in, they give us these scripts, and like the nerves were like 10 out of 10, like it was unreal. And so it was like this huge sigh of relief because I worked so hard. I
bringing the
ran
camera
with all
up.
these amazing actors, with the exception of James because he was in New Zealand.
He's not amazing.
Yeah, he's so amazing. So it was just like, it was just an amazing like relief, and it was like just this melting pot of every positive emotion that you could possibly feel. It was amazing.
Well, we saw a whole bunch of emotions during that blooper reel. Did that bring back any memories? Do you have a favorite memory from being on set while filming Dino Supercharge?
Oh, yes.
Oh yes. There was none of Camille tripping. That was like every day.
And multiple times a day. Yeah. Multiple times, yeah.
No, that was the best part. It's like, you could count, if you were feeling down, you could count on Camille tripping and making you
I think filming in New Zealand was pretty nice. Anybody want to talk about when Darby, the frozen yogurt thing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tell us about this.
Just kidding. Okay, I missed one.
There's a really funny blooper coming up in like the second
Yes.
half of the next season, so
Yeah.
stay tuned.
There are a few that I included in that were pretty fun.
So, spoiler,
Well,
will
I
be
think
deserved.
actually one of my favorite moments now that it's passed was the one episode where we were on the sand dunes. We were coming down the sand dunes, and it was the funnest day. It was so much fun, and it was great. The weather was amazing until it started storming.
I mean, we all took cover except for you.
Everyone took cover. It was great, and we were like, yes, we're wrapped at 6 p.m. We've been up for like 16 hours, and they're like, wait.
Camille.
Just Camille.
Just Camille, we forgot we have one last shot, and it's you coming down the sand dune with a GoPro, blah, 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 and it's storming, and I'm just like,
But also, because it was storming, at least the sand wasn't like scattering everywhere, like it got into Dobby's mouth.
Oh man, it was in my
How did
contact.
that taste, bro?
Oh, it tasted like New Zealand.
Sand.
No, seriously, I still like when I take a shower, I still find sand from that day like in my
and
hair.
the girl support was great, because the guys looked at me, and they were like, ha 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 ha.
I'm pretty sure I was asleep, so I didn't laugh at it at least. And I was asleep and cozy.
Yeah, you had to laugh for the team. So, you've spent a lot of time in the suit now, but what was it like that first time you put it on and you were like, I'm a Power Ranger? What was that like?
Hot and sweaty. It was very, the suit's very thick, and it's very hot, and I was like so nervous, because like, the first time I was up in the suit was here at Morphicon, and we got like announced. And so, I had all these nerves, I was worried, because like, you guys are great, but like, there's a lot of people in here. So I was definitely very nervous. It was like the first, big public appearance I'd ever done. So, doing it in this really thick polyester suit. So the sweat was real, but like I can say, I put like blood, sweat, and tears into this.
Yeah. I'd say the first time I put on the suit was to film my morph, and there had been so much anticipation leading up to it, and I was just itching to put it on. It's just like, come on, guys. Like, I knew from the beginning, but nobody else did, so I was like, all right, let's do it. And then once I put it on, I was like, gosh, this is so tight. But it was incredible. I mean, I think I legitimately shed tears, which was, a common occurrence on set, I'd say. But yeah, just filming that and being like in the color and seeing it and being like, oh, it's actually happening. Oh my gosh.
And it's like, it's really rewarding as an actor too, because like, when I was, from the time I was like 3 or 4 years old, I was that kid that was going out in his backyard or his front yard, dressed up as whoever I looked up to, whether it was a Power Ranger. I was a Power Ranger 2 years ago for Halloween, I was a Jedi, I was Superman, so it was like really rewarding to kind of go back to that and find that excitement that really attracted me to acting to begin with. And like, as an actor, that's probably the most gratifying thing that you can ever experience.
Wearing spandex.
Spandex.
As you guys know, like I'm not a stranger to spandex, but that day I got to put on the Blue Ranger suit 2 years ago, and the boots had my name on it, and the jacket, the suit had my name on it, and I was like, finally, this is it. I'm putting on my suit, and that was overwhelming. And I'm pretty sure as soon as I walked from the door to here and then out, I was like, I just blacked out. I don't remember what happened. That was great. I'm sure it was great. I don't remember what happened.
It's incredible. So what would you say is the best part of being a Power Ranger?
Saying it's more fun. I mean, it's when we get to see a lot of the kids. Like, we had a kid come to set one day. I think Chip arranged it, and it was. We had so much fun hanging out with him, and he was telling us all the stories of what he liked and what he had seen. And I think sharing those stories with all of you guys, that to me is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and being a fan of Power Rangers as children and then getting to don the costume itself, so like from fan to Ranger, it's an incredible feeling because you know all those hours you watched it weren't wasted because they were so awesome. They were pretty so
I think the best part is the fact that the things that we focus on as Power Rangers on our show are completely and totally 100% positive. And there's a lot of content out there in general today, and a lot of it's negative, a lot of it preaches negative things that you don't really want kids or really anyone to be focusing on, but we are all about teamwork and friendship and helping each other and finding any way to do that.
Thanks, Chip.
So, thank you,
Yeah, I have a super sappy response, but you know, it's time for reflection. 100% the best part about the last 2 years for me is the people. Because you know, when like I had no idea what to expect when I was really entering this journey, but I moved to New Zealand with these amazing young people that we're gonna stay in touch for the rest of our lives. Made lifelong friendships. I made lifelong friendships with members of New Zealand, and then Chip Lynn, I gotta shout him out. He was the best boss / showrunner that anybody could ever tell.
Just to continue on what I was saying, I mean, when Chip first had us all together at Saban, and he was telling us the storyline, he was acting it out himself and just really putting emotion behind it. You knew he cared about this. This isn't just a job. This is a lifestyle. This is something that means so much to him and to all of you and all of us. So
It's a family.
Yeah,
and it's contagious too, because anybody can force themselves to study something, but when you're really interested in it, that's when you really create the nuances that I think makes something memorable and transcendent. And I think that really is something that's true to our season. And I think I can't say enough good things about everybody that we worked with. It's unreal.
Now, really quickly, before we kick things over to audience Q&A, so start thinking about your burning questions now. How would you describe the upcoming season when it returns to Nickelodeon on August 20th, the second half of the season? How would you describe that in one word?
It gets crazy.
Feels.
amazing.
Awesome.
I guess
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome. More phenomenal. That's the
Fantastic. So, guys, let's start lining up for some audience Q&A. I'd love to take some of your questions. I believe we have some microphones lined up, so please cue orderly. No pushing, no shoving. I believe they're taking some questions now. On my left, your right, stage left.
All right. I love it. It's like in-person tournament.
Exactly. All right. Do we have someone up there with a?
I see that helpful Manny shirt.
Can we get her a step ladder?
Apple box, half an apple.
I like that shirt, by the way. I have one in green. Yoshi, you can sell it. Helpful Manny, right?
Yeah, helpful Manny.
Okay, you there. What is your name and what is your question? Hello.
I don't know. My name's Amanda, and I just wanted to. Oh, hi. I'm actually part of your Yoshi army. My question is like, this is like one of the best seasons I've ever seen, like both Dino Charge and Supercharge.
That's all Chip right there.
Thank you, Chip. I want to know like what is like the best part of like filming a season like this?
Ooh. It's kind of cool that we go back to dinosaurs because that's what we grew up with. I'm sure all of us grew up with dinosaurs, and it's kind of cool to be back in that realm. You know, to be, I guess, prehistoric. But it's also like really fun that we got to play so many different characters. Like Chip went out on a limb, and we had the knight, the caveman, the prince. So we just went all over the place, and he made it work, and it was a lot of fun to do.
And that's something that's tough too for a kids' TV show to have a character with really kind of a language barrier. Like it's tough to pull off, but I think that it was really a cool character, and like it definitely worked out.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You did a good job, Yoshi.
Good job, Nancy. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, you there. What is your name and what is your question?
My name is Noah, and my question pertains to Camille and Ernest. Hello. What do you think Shelby sees in Tyler like? What traits does she see in him? One more time.
What does Shelby see in Tyler? Very selfless, and he always put the team before himself. And Shelby was always looking for belonging. She wasn't the kid at school who was super popular or had like a ton of friends. She wasn't widely loved. She was deeply loved by this family. And Tyler was the person to bring them together. So for her, Tyler was the person to bring her to a place of belonging.
What is your name and what is your question?
My name is Dominic Tego, and I got a question for and I got a question for, can you hide? Hi. Before you got the role of Shelby, were you a fan of the Power Rangers franchise?
Yeah, I was a fan. I wasn't a fan. When I was growing up, I'd, watch it. And obviously, I was a Pink Ranger for Halloween. But, I never thought in a million years I would end up here.
That's good.
And it is the best blessing that I could possibly ever wish for.
Yeah, especially when we all grow up watching Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I know you. You write to me all the time.
Awesome, thank you very much.
That's why I noticed.
All right, you there. What is your name and what is your question?
My name is John, and no question, I just want to say thank you guys for everything you do. I watch the show all the time, I talk about it on my channel. You guys are awesome, you're great, and you rock.
What's your channel called? What's your channel called?
My channel?
Yeah.
Mr. Winnie Productions.
Check it out.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's not possible without you guys. This
Yeah.
fan base is amazing. It's always been super warm and super receptive, and it's really fun interacting and seeing what you guys, what your opinions are, what you guys think, and it really it doesn't go unnoticed. We really do. We pay attention to it, and it's nice to hear all of the praise because it keeps us going on the dog days of the shoot, which it's a long shoot, so it's definitely nice to have such amazing fans.
All right.
Woo!
Fantastic.
You guys.
Thank you so much.
Hey, somebody ask James a question because we can hear his accent.
My accent.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. What's your name and what is your question?
My name's Bianca Marie Villalobos.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, what is your favorite scene to shoot?
What is your favorite scene to shoot?
Wow.
Action sequences.
Can't.
My favorite was the first time I got to say it's Morphicon time. I think it was a really, really hard day, all in all, but yeah, that was like one of the hardest days. That was the in the beach. It was pretty tough, just because of like how cold and windy it was.
It was a tough day.
But in the morning, I got my side, and the very last page, it said, Coda, it's Morphicon time, and I was like, today's the day.
When I watched the playback, and it was the Peter episode, when he was running out of the cave, when I watched that playback, I gained a whole new respect for Yoshi.
That day was freezing at the beach, and he was like in little shorts, his shirt was all ripped, and like no shoes.
It was on the beach, so the tide was coming in, so he was like getting wet, and the waves and stuff. It was
No, we were.
I was in my zone. I was like,
It was
happy
intense.
place.
The sun was setting, so we literally had like probably 10 minutes to film that. And so the director was like, Yoshi, are you ready? He was like, yeah. And he was like,
Moving my whole life.
It was hilarious. It was like Baywatch meets Caveman Guy. It was hilarious.
It was really cool acting with Brendan and Yoshi because of how big they are as fans of this as well. And so their passion just was non-stop the whole time. So it was obviously fun to work with everybody, but it was just cool to see their dreams come true.
And they knew the show better than anyone else, too.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a lot of questions for them, obviously for Chip.
Oh yeah, we were in this room like, every day.
Does this make sense? Should we do this? Like,
My personal favorite was, I was telling Brian this, my two favorite, like, blocks, which is like 3 episodes that we film at a time. The 2 favorite blocks were my origin story when I was on the farm and how I bonded with Buster Jim saving my dog. And then the finale was really cool too. Because it's just so, like, it's so gratifying. We filmed it like a month before we left, but it was still like really cool to tie everything together. It's gonna be epic. Check it out. Saturday. Stay tuned. Only on Nick.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.
Hey guys.
Hey.
My name's Max, and I'm, well, in my opinion, this has been one of the greatest seasons we got since Savon bought back the rights and everything. My question is, if you guys got to team up with any Ranger team or Ranger, who would it be?
Time Force and maybe it's PD2. I don't know, I can't decide. Never mind.
Dare I say Ninja Steel?
Just a couple seconds. That's all good.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
That's it.
Hello there.
Hi, my name is John Hale from the Armored Rangers.
What's up?
That's a dope costume.
Thank you.
I like the color.
Yeah. So my question, I like behind the scenes stuff. What is your most embarrassing moment on set?
That's a long-winded question.
For me personally, it was when I first filmed my opening sequence. I don't know if you can tell in the opening credits, but I'm crying. I was incredibly nervous, my first, professional gig, and they're like, all right, so now look at the camera and smile. And I was like, what? So I had to shoot it over and over again. There's this, camera on a track rolling towards my face, and like, turn your head clear, smile.
This is my first time being in a car.
And then I started sobbing, and they have to fix my makeup, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, you guys, I'm making this so complicated. It got better from there, but that was embarrassing.
Mine's an episode yet to come, so I can't really talk about it, unfortunately. Sorry. Tweet me about it.
Stay tuned.
Will they know it when they see it?
Probably. There are a lot of moments that they'll never see. But I think a lot of the best moments that were behind the scenes were the days where we were super tired in the Dino Cafe and there was food involved and it always ended up getting thrown.
It always ended up in somebody's face.
And we just went from mature adults to straight up third graders.
Lack of sleep will do that too.
Yeah, and we just play with each other and have so much fun.
And I hate to keep throwing Camille under the bus. But her tripping honestly was awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your question. Unfortunately, we only have time for one more question. I know, but don't worry, we have some really cool stuff coming up after this. It's not the end. We have some cool surprises, so trust me, it's going to be rad.
There's so much pressure on you, Tom.
Yeah, you got it. Good. Better be good.
First off, I want to say, hi guys. I go by Red, the color, easy to remember.
Yeah, it's not red.
But anyway, it's definitely one of my most favorite seasons out of all. Really, just great acting, great episodes I really love. But first off, this is for all of you, just because also last question. So, what was probably the most hardest thing, or your least favorite episode or scene to film? The hardest thing.
The last
one. You don't want to let go of each other.
Yeah. Emotion.
It's like any hard stunt or like falling or something like that you guys had to do that you didn't really want to do.
Just the entire show in general was pretty tough. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, we really pushed our limits. We got there a month early. We just this amazing stunt team from Japan. They've been working on the show for a really long time, and so they really kind of taught us how to push our limits and get out of the comfort zone. And that was like the constant challenge, even when we were really tired and would rather stay in until 10. It was like getting up early to make something that we really wanted to be great. And that was like a challenge, is like consistently doing that.
Yeah.
And I think I commend everybody, because everybody had a great attitude, we got it done, and I think that we made a really good product too.
Basically, the studies were just as hard, if not harder than we did. Definitely.
Yeah.
In the Prince episode, I don't remember that one, but so when I first come out in the Prince costume, we ended up cutting it out of the episode. I do a backflip and then I run and beat everyone, and I injured my ankle like the week before. So doing the backflip over and over, I was trying to do it to land it, and Yoshi's like telling the director, he's like, one more in him each time. So I was getting lower and lower and lower, but didn't make it in the episode, but that was physically probably the most difficult. Just because
How many did you do?
I don't know, enough.
I think for me it was just sometimes you'd be up super early and it was cold and my costume doesn't really have much room for warmth. Yeah, I used to sleeveless and short shorts.
Well, you were cavemen, so.
Yeah, and the hardest thing is I had sandals and whenever you step anywhere, just it would be wet and that was the hardest thing for me. But yeah.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Great question.
Now, really quickly, folks. Obviously, you guys are a very important part of the Power Rangers fandom. They couldn't do this without you guys, but we can only fit so many people at the Pasadena Convention Center. There's Power Rangers fans all over the world that are actually watching this right now, so we wanted to do them a solid and take one quick question from the people watching on Facebook Live right now.
Oh, wow.
Hey guys, I'm representing the Facebook Live audience.
They're controlling his actions.
Yes. So they just wanted to know if you could sum up your time filming the past 2 seasons. How would you do it?
Doggy, start us off.
Life-changing, absolutely. I think it was just a completely different universe, inside and out. I mean, both in terms of Rangers and in terms of being in New Zealand and in terms of being with this cast. And with the crew, it was looking back, it was kind of you're in this crazy dream and then you're just and you're back here. Yeah. So I think summing it up, it was just this surreal kind of just blessing, honestly.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a dream.
Agree. I concur.
Yeah, we still have to say about it.
It's like a dream. It's like you're you're sleeping and you wake up and you're like, oh, I had a dream I was a Power Ranger last night. But it's real, it's amazing. Yeah.
Hey, awesome. Well, thank you, fans at home, for asking that delightful question. I feel the contents of my heart have been flowing in the morning. So, thank you again to all the fans. Thank you to the cast for being here today. But before we officially close our panel, we have a few more surprises for you, as I mentioned. So, let's take a look at some of these scenes from upcoming episodes of Power Rangers Dino Supercharge, which airs on Nickelodeon starting August 20th, Saturdays at noon.
Coming soon, when a dangerous energen resurfaces. The dark energen formed from pure evil. The Rangers will call on new allies. I am the Silver Ranger. And new swords. Even the Dino Sword to take on an ancient evil. You don't know what I'm capable of. Activate Dino Charge and Monster Sword. Power Rangers Dino Supercharge. Brand new episodes return Saturday, August 20th.
Be sure to tune in to the Rangers. They continue to fight to protect the Energems. If you have brunch plans on the 20th, cancel them right now. You have new plans on the 20th. Now, guys, before we let you go, we have one last special sneak peek for you. We wanted to give you a first look at Power Rangers Ninja Steel, which will debut in January 2017 on Nickelodeon, so let's take a look.
Ninja Steel. The universe's most popular show is broadcast throughout the galaxy, and the reigning champion, Galvanax, is sending his best warrior contestants to Earth to steal the mythical ninja power stars so he can rule the universe. Now, a new team of heroes is formed to protect the power stars from falling under his control. Equipped with new ninja powers, dynamic weapons, and towering megazords made from legendary ninja steel, the Power Rangers fight an epic battle to save the galaxy. Face your enemy. Find your power. Let the games begin. Power Rangers Ninja Steel.
How awesome did that look, you guys? How good does that look? All right. Now, guys, I want to do something very special for all of you since you're here with us at Morphicon right now, because we have the opportunity for the first time to meet the cast of the season of Power Rangers Ninja Steel. But before we do that, once you're a Power Ranger, you're always a Power Ranger. Once you are a Power Ranger, you're part of the Power Rangers family. So I'm going to ask the cast of Dino Supercharge, the current family members, to help introduce the new family members that will be joining us in Power Rangers Ninja Steel. So I've got some envelopes. It's going to be kind of like the Oscars, but way cooler. So, Brennan.
All right. So I'm assuming I'm reading the Red Ranger.
Hopefully you pronounce it right.
All right. Will Schufelt as Brody the Red Ranger.
Chance Simpson as Calvin the Yellow Ranger. Give it up.
We have Zoe Robbins as
Haley the White Ranger.
Let's come to Yoshi, please.